What if the biggest game changer in basketball history almost never happened? What if the woman who brought millions of new eyes to the sport was on the verge of fading into obscurity, her legendary career never truly taking flight? This isn't just the story of Caitlin Clark's rise to superstardom. It's the wild, untold journey that includes bizarre meals, a coach's brutal honesty, and one unforgettable practice that changed everything.
Now starting for the Iowa Hawkeyes, Katie Clark!
I've dreamed of this moment since I was in second grade, and it's taken a lot of hard work, a lot of ups and downs, but just a belief in myself, and my parents always instilled confidence in me. I've loved playing basketball since I was a young girl, and that's not going to change. The biggest thing is just be myself and have fun, and if I do that, I think the rest is going to take care of itself.
Born on January 22, 2002 in West Des Moines, Iowa, Caitlin Clark was practically born with a basketball in her hands. Sports were in her family's DNA. Her dad played college baseball and basketball, and her brothers were athletes too. As a kid, you'd find her in the backyard, always competing, always pushing. She tried everything: volleyball, soccer, softball, tennis, but by 6th grade, basketball had her hooked. She even played on all-boys teams because there wasn't a girls' league. And by middle school, she was regularly dominating 9th graders, then high school seniors in elite travel programs.
I think, especially when I was younger, I really struggled with understanding losing, and my parents did not really appreciate that at all. Whenever I would lose, when I was in either softball, basketball, whatever it was, I would just cry. That was my immediate reaction because I couldn't comprehend why wasn't I winning. Like, all I wanted to do was win, no matter if it was a board game, a card game, really anything. Like, I just was going to do whatever it took to win.
But that fierce drive came with a shocking side. In high school, Caitlin's competitiveness was so intense that when teammates made mistakes, she'd erupt. We're talking full-blown tantrums, arms thrown up, stomping the floor, loud clapping, and outright frustration. Her coach, Kristen Meyer, had to pull her aside. She'd show Caitlin film, not of her incredible plays, but just of her negative body language. Meyer even recalled assigning Caitlin an essay on empathy because Clark didn't even know what the word meant. She struggled to understand teammates who just wanted to play for fun, while Caitlin's world revolved around winning. This relentless pursuit made her a prodigy, but it also meant a lonely path. Years later, Caitlin herself admitted she didn't have many true friends in high school because, as she put it, no one was wired the same.
I couldn't make up my mind. Like, the amount of conversations we had about it was almost too many in a way, but it's a big decision, so it's like not one you want to mess up. I think the main things about Iowa that I liked is, one, doing something special that's never been done before. I think that was super important to me, and two, I'm really close with my family, so I wanted to be close. I wanted to have them at all my games, not just my immediate family, but my aunts, uncles, cousins, and having family friends there too was important to me. And on my visits, I really got along well with the coaching staff and all the girls, so I thought that was really big for me too.
Clark told me she's glad to have the decision made and just be able to enjoy her senior season with the Maroons.
With her high school years lighting up scoreboards with logo threes and audacious passes, college letters came piling in. ESPN ranked her the number 4 recruit in the class of 2020. Caitlin's ultimate dream school was UConn, the undisputed powerhouse of women's college basketball. But as coaches flocked to Dowling to watch Clark play, they all saw the same explosive passion, the same demanding fire. Most knew it came with greatness, but some coaches took issue with it. The most notable? UConn's legendary coach, Gino Auriemma, who never once came to watch a Dowling game. It was a snub that cut Caitlin deeply.
First of all, this is like one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, is coming here. But I felt in my heart like I had to be here, like something was really pulling me here. And obviously this is my home state, and I wanted to represent my state, and I wanted to do something that really hadn't been done for a really long time. Obviously we hadn't been to the Final Four since 1993. And
her decision eventually came down to 2 schools: Notre Dame, her mom's favorite, and the sentimental choice for many, and Iowa. But Iowa had been playing the long game. Their recruiting coordinator first approached Caitlin's dad when she was just in 7th grade, ready to offer a scholarship on the spot. Later, Iowa's coaches would show up to her 5:45 a.m. practices, a subtle reminder they were still around. Then came the dramatic last-ditch effort in 2019. Iowa's coaches flew halfway across the world to Thailand, where Caitlin was playing for Team USA. NCAA rules meant they couldn't even speak to her. So, what did they do? They ate crickets with seasoning, a bizarre local delicacy, hoping the sheer absurdity would get her attention. It didn't work. Caitlin initially committed to Notre Dame, but something wasn't right. No social media announcement came, and Iowa's coaches knew it. When they checked in, Caitlin confessed she had changed her mind. It might have been the first time she ever defied her mother's direct wishes. Caitlin Clark was going to be an Iowa Hawkeye. The bar was set immediately. In the fall of 2020, as a freshman, Caitlin audaciously told reporters she was going to take Iowa to the Final Four. Many scoffed, but not Clark. She quickly found what she'd craved in high school, teammates equally obsessed with the game and winning. They bonded fast, even learning her ridiculous fake hotel name, Hattie Parker, from The Parent Trap. But her greatness still came with fire. Practices were still volatile. She'd blow up, throw her hands up, stomp off the court if a teammate missed a pass. This time, though, her teammates fought back. They got in her face. Coach Lisa Bluter would intervene, just like her high school coach, showing Caitlin footage purely of her emotional outbursts. They had almost no notes on her play, only on how to play with others. Despite the internal friction, Caitlin had a monstrous freshman year, leading the nation in points, total assists, and threes. She was named Big Ten Freshman of the Year. The Hawkeyes made the Sweet 16, where they faced UConn. After the loss, the unimaginable happened. Gino Auriemma, the coach who once ignored her, approached Caitlin. He praised her game, thanking her for what she was doing for the sport. It meant the world. That summer, trying out for Team USA, her team kept losing scrimmages because of her demanding style. Coach Corey Close pulled her aside and asked bluntly, "Do you want a lot of stats, or do you want to win?" Caitlin got the message, made the roster, and led Team USA to a gold medal. She was on the verge of superstardom, but the true legend was about to be born. The date was October 20th, 2021, just 15 days into her sophomore year. It was a scrimmage at an Iowa practice. According to those who witnessed it live, Caitlin's team was down by 25 points with only 4 minutes left. That's when she went absolutely nuclear. The game became a video game. She made a three, then another, then another, then another. No one on the court, male or female, could stop her. She scored an astonishing 22 points in about a 2-minute span, including 7 threes, culminating in a shot at the buzzer to tie the game. That single scrimmage changed Iowa basketball forever. Everyone knew something truly special was coming. Later that season, facing Michigan, the Hawkeyes found themselves down by 25 points in the third quarter. Once again, Caitlin Clark took over, unleashing 3 after 3, even from the logo. Her teammates instantly thought back to the now legendary practice. Though her barrage came up just short that night, the buzz around Iowa was undeniable. She became the first NCAA women's player to lead Division I in points and assists per game. She had back-to-back 30-point triple-doubles. She was a Naismith finalist, but lost to Aaliyah Boston, a defeat that only fueled her. Slowly, she also started to master her own emotions, becoming more self-aware. Iowa won the 2022 Big Ten Championship, but suffered a crushing upset in the NCAA tournament, losing in the second round to Creighton. Caitlin's brother, Blake, famously used that final scoreboard as motivation, sending it to her frequently throughout the next year. As her junior year began, Clark and her teammates were plagued by a nagging feeling. What if they got upset again? The Iowa coaches knew that to win the tough, close games, the players needed to trust each other completely. So they encouraged Caitlin to be more vulnerable and honest with the team. Once a week, the players met, talking openly about their hopes and their fears. Every topic was fair game. Caitlin and her Hawkeyes quickly learned that when you open yourself up, you trust each other infinitely more, both on and off the court. By season's end, they were 23-6 and ranked 6th in the country, capping the regular season by taking down second-ranked Indiana on a Caitlin Clark off-balance 3 at the buzzer. Carver Hawkeye Arena erupted. Iowa carried that momentum, winning the Big Ten tournament and heading into the NCAA tournament as a number 2 seed, with Caitlin feeling invincible. Caitlin made good on her promise. She led Iowa through the NCAA tournament, delivering a 41-point triple-double against Louisville in the Elite Eight, becoming the first D1 player, male or female, to score 900 points and dish out 300 assists in a single season. This set up a showdown with undefeated South Carolina in the Final Four. She dropped another 41 points on the defending champions, carrying Iowa to the national championship game. Though they would lose to Angel Reese and LSU, the world now knew Caitlin Clark was a superstar. During that tournament run, she pulled out John Cena's "You Can't See Me" celebration. John Cena himself tweeted about it. So did LeBron James. Millions were talking. That Iowa-Louisville game had more viewers than any regular season NBA game on ESPN all year. Yet, the championship loss still stung. Afterward, Caitlin led her teammates to a Dallas bar, where they cried, drank, and reminisced all night. Years later, she'd reveal her favorite college memory wasn't a win, but that moment in a Dallas bar, surrounded by teammates she knew, trusted, and loved. That summer, Iowa organized an international preseason trip, playing basketball in Italy and Croatia. On the last night, the team wanted a yacht. Caitlin found one she liked and paid for it herself. The team went out on their self-proclaimed booze cruise, snorkeling and just having fun. Most coaches didn't even find out until they were back home, a sign that this team, having gone through war together, could now relax together. Soon after, Caitlin Clark's stardom officially exploded. She inked NIL contracts with massive brands, shot commercials, and generously gifted her teammates everything from Nike sneakers to Bose headphones from her sponsors. Everyone wanted a glimpse of Iowa's larger-than-life superstar. Season tickets for Iowa basketball sold out for the first time ever, bringing both Lisa Bluter and Jan Jensen to tears. Then came October 15, 2023. The Hawkeyes hosted an exhibition game against DePaul at Kinnick Stadium, home of the football team. A staggering 55,646 fans showed up, shattering the all-time attendance record for any NCAA women's basketball game. After the game, another triple-double, and there, from the end zone, she met her boyfriend and her parents. An ESPN writer recalled her parents simply handing her a giant bag of freshly washed and folded laundry. Even amidst global superstardom, she was still just a college student. Coaches had to remind themselves, Caitlin would still get upset, still scream in practice, still come close to fighting teammates. Not out of hatred, but from a singular, ferocious focus to push them to be the best. That season, Caitlin etched her name in the record books multiple times. She broke the Division I women's career scoring record with a 32-foot three-pointer. Her name and number were painted onto the Iowa court. On senior night, she broke Pete Maravich's men's scoring record, making it official. Caitlin Clark had scored more points in D1 basketball than any human in history. She averaged 31 points per game her senior year, leading Iowa to another Big Ten title. In the Elite Eight, Caitlin once again faced Angel Reese and LSU. This time, Iowa got their revenge in a game that a record-breaking 12.3 million viewers tuned into. Caitlin scored 41 points and took the Hawkeyes to the Final Four. Multiple games in that tournament set viewership records, each one eclipsing the last. The national championship game drew an astonishing 18.9 million viewers, shattering records and entering unprecedented territory. Excluding the Olympics, it was the second most-watched women's sporting event in U.S. television history, and the most-watched basketball game, men's or women's, at any level in the past 5 years, all because of Caitlin Clark. She ended her college career with 3,951 points, almost single-handedly changing the perception of the women's game and inspiring sports icons like Patrick Mahomes, Steph Curry, Tom Brady, and LeBron James to watch in awe. Her signature logo threes, off-balance buzzer beaters, and fearless passes transformed how the game was played. Now, Caitlin Clark is a household name. Nike has her on billboards, she appears in State Farm commercials, and she was reportedly a millionaire from NIL deals before even reaching the WNBA. In April 2024, the Indiana Fever selected Clark as the first overall pick in the WNBA draft, ushering in an era of unprecedented numbers for the league. Changes are already evident. Both the Washington Mystics and Las Vegas Aces had to move venues for their games against the Fever, anticipating massive crowds to see Caitlin Clark in person. The league even committed $50 million for charter flights for all 12 teams before the 2024 season, something that's never been done before. The Caitlin Clark effect is very real. When she was at Iowa, she reflected on her impact, admitting, "When I leave this place, I don't want people to forget about me." No one's forgetting her now. The world knows her name, and the best part is, there are still many more chapters to be written. What other sports will she inevitably transform next?